Through the different brewing methods, cuppings, shops, and interviews I've experienced over the past few months, I've come to believe that coffee is subjective. Everyone can have a unique way to experience it that's perfect for them. Because with so many options, there's no black and white answer, and we have to find a gray area. I'm Elle Grayson, and this is the Coffee Shop Project.
So my name is Justin Forbes.
And I'm Johnathan Forbes.
And we started New England Coffee Company in May of this year, and we officially launched on November 16th. We're doing this interview with Elle Grayson, who's been absolutely fantastic throughout this entire process. She's been really awesome helping us with stuff, and so we're really thrilled to be here.
Awesome. And then the very first question I had for you guys was, could you tell me a little bit about your background going into the coffee industry and why you wanted to be in the industry to begin with?
Our family, we all love coffee. I mean, my mom, my dad, grandparents, everyone, huge coffee enthusiasts. And we've always kind of had an entrepreneurial spirit. And so we just kind of decided, why don't we merge those two things and start our own coffee company. Jonathan and I were talking this summer, and we said, what do you want to do this summer? And, we kind of played around with some ideas, and we said, why don't we, start our own company? And so that's what we're doing right now. I don't know if you've got anything to add to that.
Yeah, it's just 5:45 a.m. I'm always up, excited to make some coffee to start the day and try out different blends and varieties. So yeah.
That's really awesome. And then are you guys brothers doing this together?
Yeah, we're brothers.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool. I love that. And then the second question I had was, I saw, and you mentioned there that you come from a long line of coffee enthusiasts, and my family is definitely the same way. How did your family get into coffee?
I don't know, just throughout the years. I mean, ever since I can remember, my parents have been drinking coffee. I used to make their coffee for them. Actually, when I was really young, before I ever drank it, I used to just make it in the morning because I thought it was fun to do. And so just, ever since, we always grew up with it. It smells great, it tastes great. And so he drinks probably about twice as much as I do. He's really into it. I don't know, when did you start drinking coffee?
3 years ago, I'd have like once in a while. I'd definitely like to try different blends and different brews from different places. And I'd just go to the local grocery store and check out all the new ones and taste test them and start a journal. And over the years, it's become more and more of an addiction.
That's so cool that you've done that together forever and that you're getting to do the entrepreneurialism together as a family. And you said that you guys have always been entrepreneurs. Is this your first venture, or have you guys done other things in the past growing up?
The summer previous to this one, I started a really small t-shirt company.
Okay.
It wasn't something that was like, super serious, but it was kind of just, for fun. And so I kind of did that for like a summer. Even though I didn't stick with that, I learned so much just about business and about, entrepreneurship. So I've taken a lot of those concepts that I learned a couple summers ago, and I've applied them to what we're doing now. And it's been really helpful.
Do you see coffee then as more of your passion, and that was more of like doing the legwork to get a feel for like entrepreneurialism as an industry?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Your bio says that you saw a lack of a personal touch in the coffee industry, and you guys wanted to kind of be a bridge there. How do you aim to do that with your brand?
So we're kind of, our customer base is kind of, people in the New England region, people familiar with, different landmarks in New England. As you realize, all of our coffee is named after, an area in New England. And that was actually his doing. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you decided to do that?
Just with the naming and all, so as we said, we were both really fascinated with the New England area. And when we were coming up with different names and brands that catch people and really kind of hound in on what they want to do in the region and like how they could connect to it. So I picked the different locations that a lot of people frequent and like to vacation around, and that created a subtle connection.
I was gonna say, that was like the very first thing I noticed with your brand. I'm drinking actually the Hyannis. Am I pronouncing that right, by the way? That was the hardest one for me to figure out.
Hyannis. Yeah.
Hyannis?
Yeah, Hyannis.
It was the first one that I saw like the names, and I was like, that's so cool, and I had it right here. I'm drinking it today, and it's spectacular.
That's fantastic. Yeah, people really like the names. I think they're kind of unique, and although it's not just like Colombian medium roast. It's kind of something a little different. So we've gotten a lot of positive responses from those.
A little more fun, yeah.
Presentation really is everything. And when I got your coffee in the mail and unboxed it, it was like getting an Apple product. The experience was absolutely amazing. Which one of you kind of had a hand in designing that, and why did you choose to put so much into your packaging?
So like you said, packaging is really everything. And when you get a new iPhone, I don't know about you, but I usually keep the box just because
I have a stash in my closet.
It feels almost sacrilegious to throw the box away. It's so beautiful. It's part of the entire experience. And so I wanted to kind of bring that into this company. I wanted to say, I want the whole experience not just to be drinking the coffee, but from the moment you receive it in the mail, I wanted the customer to feel kind of this excitement and it's something unique. And so I kind of wanted to bring that what Apple did kind of into the coffee industry a little bit with the packaging. And so we have a graphic designer. His name's Kiran Prasad. He owns Kiran Prasad Graphic Design. He's been fantastic. He designed our logo. He does a lot of stuff like that. I did the box. I designed the box, and then Jonathan and Kiran designed the actual coffee bags. And then, like I said, he's done a lot of other stuff. So
no, like you said, with like throwing away the Apple boxes, I actually took your boxes and I like put them next to my boxes with my little Apple products. I'm like, I can't throw these away. Like
that's
they're
fantastic.
Awesome.
That's really great to hear.
You've nailed it. I talked about it for weeks to my family about how awesome your presentation was.
So when I first had this idea to start this New England coffee company, I knew I wanted to be East Coast themed, but the name I wasn't totally certain about. So I picked a New England coffee company as something I liked, but I was always open to switching it. As I've gotten further into this, I realized there's actually a New England coffee. It's a company, and so to avoid confusion with them, we've decided to change our name because they're already quite well established. So we've changed our name to Finwhale Coffee. Made a new logo which looks similar to the other logo. It's just kind of got a little like a whale fin in the center instead of the New England states, but it's still going to be geared toward people in the New England region, kind of a New England theme. Yeah. We're keeping the same names of our coffee and everything, so that's kind of what we've done with that. And we're going to be switching over the name within the next couple of weeks here.
Why did you choose Finwhale?
We thought long and hard about this. Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about this?
Sure. So yeah, basically we once we found out that New England coffee was already taken, we kind of took some steps by just thinking first we wanted to go back to the whole niche thing where we wanted New England or the New England area in general. But at the same time, we wanted new names. So we picked I started with like a word bank and tried to piece different words together that would have a really cool name that people could like grasp onto and like they'd see the coffee and be like, that looks really good. After a while, we just kept pasting different names together, and then we just kept coming back together and kind of talking about it. Eventually, we came to Finwhale. We thought of whale fin. We thought of a lot of different really complex names, but then we came back to kind of a more basic look.
I like it. It has a nice ring to it. And then are you guys from the New England area, or is it inspired from like travels? Why did you choose such a strong emphasis on New England?
We're actually, right now we live in Wisconsin, but we love the New England region. We love the vibe, the historical aspects. He and I both like history a lot, and there's a ton of history, obviously, in the New England region. So we just kind of decided that to be our area of focus as far as where we want to sell our coffee and what we want our themes to be tied to. So that's kind of how we picked that.
That's really cool. And then my question was, do you guys actually roast your own coffee, or did you work with someone to select coffees for your brand? And what did either of those processes look like?
So we've partnered with US Roast. I think I saw a post or two on your Instagram feed about them.
I work with them, yeah.
You do, yeah, exactly. So they're fantastic. And right now they're doing our coffee. And they've been, just nothing but fantastic. They're really great and we love their coffee. So that's who does our coffee.
No, they're really cool. I really enjoyed working with them as well. What is the coolest experience you've had in the coffee industry so far, like with a person or a product or anything?
There's been a lot. It's been such a learning process, and there's been so many people I was surprised were just so open and so nice. You included, just who just reach out and say, hey, I think you've got a fantastic company and fantastic product. I really like it, and just the friendliness. We've met a lot of people along the way. I mean, it's been really cool. And so just the acceptance that we've gotten from the coffee community, if you will, has been fantastic.
Yeah, it's just such a cool community, I feel like, where it's like everybody knows what they kind of like, and you can trade it and hand off with people, like, what do you like, and they'll give you what you like, and you kind of get to trade and try new things, which is really cool to me.
When I started doing interviews, I've had the same experience. I had like this preconceived notion that coffee people were kind of scary, like Gordon Ramsay, and that they were like, it's my way or the highway. And just with you guys too, everyone just wants to talk and share their story or their product. Exactly. And it's been such a cool industry to be a part of. And so I'm glad everyone is kind of getting the same thing as a new person in the industry. Starting a business is definitely hard, and creating a product and marketing it. What's the biggest challenge you've had so far with your brand?
I mean, we've definitely run into our, fair share of challenges. I think, I tell people all the time, this has probably taken about twice as long and cost about twice as much as I initially anticipated. And I think that's, to be expected. But I'd say so far the biggest thing that's been a challenge is just getting our name out there. I think one of the reasons we decided to rebrand is because our name is so similar to the other company, and so people get us mixed up. We've had people on Instagram, they tag us as the other company and vice versa. And so I think part of the issue from the marketing perspective is just the similarity in the names. So that's why we changed it. But I'd say so far our biggest challenge, in general, has been marketing.
But you guys are crushing it, and you're getting your name out there pretty well, right? I mean, I've seen good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, we are. I'm just, like I said, the thing I'm worried about is just confusion with the other one. But I mean, if as soon as we officially rebrand it, then I think that problem's going to go away, and then it'll be
definitely
smooth sailing as far as getting our name out there.
Talking about like your rebrand and everything, you said you were doing a line of mugs, which I think is so cool because I'm like obsessed with coffee mugs. So you want to tell me a little bit about it?
Absolutely. I brought with me a little piece of paper that has some of them on here. I'm not sure if you can see these.
I can see pretty well, yeah.
So what these are, we haven't formally come up with a name for them yet, but they each one is going to feature, they're going to be location based. So the one I just showed you has the city of Hyannis on it, Hyannis, Massachusetts. And so each one is going to have a city and then distinct landmarks from that city or from that region around the outer circumference of the mug. And so our goal is to just, each, part of it was with the coronavirus, people can't really travel. And so we wanted to just kind of like, feature some just landmarks from around the US on our mugs. And so that's what we decided to do. So we're launching 3, we're going to do 3 at a time. Our first 3 are going to be Hyannis, Boston, and Nantucket. So those are the 3, cities. One of them's an island in Massachusetts, and then we're going to, expand to other states and other regions from there. So yeah, we're really, really excited to launch these things. I'm sure once you get a better photo of them, I think they look really, really nice. Our graphic designer has been absolutely fantastic in cranking these things out the past month. I know it's been kind of a big burden on him, but he's been fantastic. And so yeah, we're really excited to launch these things, and we think people are going to like them a lot.
I love that you're pairing with history. I was homeschooled for the longest time, and like homeschool and history, it goes together. And so seeing what you guys are doing with this, I'm geeking out about it. I'm so excited to buy some of your mugs. Why did you choose the mug shape that you did? I've learned when I've been like making coffee and buying mugs for the presentation, like shape is everything. Did you consider that when you were choosing which mug you wanted to put it on?
We did, yeah. So these are, latte mugs, obviously. We considered, the normal, the normal coffee mugs that hold it all. And we would absolutely be open to doing those too. But, we just thought these looked a little bit nicer. We used to live in Franklin, Tennessee, and and so there was a little shop there that had something kind of similar, and they put it on a latte mug. And so we decided, hey, why don't we do something kind of similar to what they had? And so that's kind of how we got the idea for the latte mug as opposed to the traditional looking mug. But as we go forward, if people like these, which I strongly anticipate that they will, we'll absolutely be open to putting these on traditional mugs, travel mugs, if really anything. So we're really excited to get these things launched in the next couple of weeks here.
My other question was, so coffee is really subjective, and I've come to kind of realize that everyone has their own way to do it. I've been loving the Chemex recently. Do you agree with the fact that coffee is subjective?
I believe, I think overall that, yeah, it's definitely subjective just because all people prefer different things. I feel like somebody's going to prefer a drip to a French press. Some people, siphon. But overall, because I definitely enjoy just in the mornings. I just like to use my drip coffee roaster because especially when it's like you got to get going in the morning and you still want a good cup of coffee. It's like, I'm definitely going to go for that versus somebody that's, let's say, has some more time or really wants to get the subtle taste of it, then you can use more advanced techniques, and definitely differs upon the roast as well. So.
And what's your favorite of your roasts to have every morning?
I would definitely, out of our collection, I'd say I definitely love the Hyannis Madness is what you're having.
I'm hoping I'm not confusing your names with Justin. What's your morning ritual every morning too?
He usually wakes up before I do, so usually everything's done by the time I'm up, and so I just steal whatever he's made and I drink that. But he's usually the one that brews the coffee in the morning.
No, definitely. In the morning, I pick something easy. My go-to is an Americano, but like as the day goes on, I get a little bit more creative if I have time. And then my last question that I had written down is like, I feel like you guys have been with all of your different coffees and tried so many different things. And in your opinions, what is the absolute best way to experience your coffee?
I guess, this is another more subjective question. And I would say that's definitely kind of how I described it. I like my an early morning, and I just like to have my drip, especially I'll kind of differ on the region. Sometimes I'm more of a Colombian on certain days and a dark roast on certain days. But my prime experience would be like just sitting down on a Saturday morning and having a nice dark roast. Enjoying the morning.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, that is all the questions that I had written out. Do you guys have anything that you think I missed or could have covered better about your brand or the coffee experience in general that you want to add?
Probably not about our brand. I just have to say I did watch your video on the cereal milk lattes, and I thought that was incredibly creative. And
thank you.
Fantastic video. And so, how did you think about? How did that come to mind for doing a video about that?
Okay, so with my videos, I tried to keep a balance of telling my own story, but I also wanted to create a podcast-esque thing where I tell other people's stories. And so it was one of the weeks that I didn't have an interview. And so I was sitting with my mom, we brainstormed together a lot, and we were like, what's something cool that no one's doing? And I was on TikTok, as every good teen is. And I saw this one girl did a little topping, but it wasn't a full-on latte, right? And I'm a huge Milk Bar fan. I don't know if you know Christina Tosi Milk Bar. She's pretty cool, and she has this thing called a cereal milk soak that she puts in her cake. And it's just like cornflakes, and I'm like, that'd be gross in coffee. But I'm like, what about Cocoa Puffs? And so I was kind of messing with it for a minute, and I was like, this is it. And so I decided I would try it frothed, and then I would try it iced. And the frothed Cocoa Puff milk is heavenly.
I saw that you really liked that one. So.
After this, the first thing I would tell anyone to do is go make Cocoa Puff milk and froth it. It will change the way you experience coffee forever.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think I'll probably end up doing that here in the next couple of weeks. Awesome. Sure. That's really, really cool. And your videos, everyone I've shown them to, everyone's just blown away by how well done they are, how professional they are, and, they're really fantastic. So, what you've got going here is really great.
No, and I have to say the same thing to you guys. Of all of the coffee that I've tried, y'all are up there. My family
Thank you very
obsessed
much.
with you. Sure. I've served it at every time I've had friends over. I'm like, you have to try this in a Chemex, and we do a full little cupping. It's been awesome.
That's fantastic. That means so much to us. Thank you very much. We're just getting started, and so we want to get feedback from our customers as to what they think of our coffee, because we're open to changing things up, and so just having people tell us what they think is just so helpful.
Yeah.
The consensus has been the Crazy Colonists is the hands down favorite across the board. It's probably my favorite
as well.
It's spectacular. Like, I want it in a 5-pound bag. So I will be getting more of that soon, definitely.
Well, cool. If you don't have any more questions, then I think this was a fantastic experience. We both enjoyed it very much.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye now.